Good morning. Welcome back to Indulgence with Dr. T. This morning I have for you the newest mini Mothership palette. This one is called Rose Decadence. So it's part of the Divine Rose collection. So this one would be another that is similar to her other mini palettes, the mini Mothership palettes, the Mothership without any of the vowels. Are the smaller ones. So like this one, this is Divynl Rose. So this is what it would be comparable to from her other collections. And then some other items that are part of the Divine Rose collection. First, we had the Divine Rose, the first palette, which I have a video for, so I will link that somewhere. My husband will, at least. So this is what that palette looked like. So a lot more, to me, muted shades than the others. So that's the first one, which I liked, just fine when it came out. It's good for people who like a lot of neutral sort of looks. And subsequently, this quad came out, which I'm not sure it's actually part of the Divine Rose collection. I don't think that it is. But because of the color scheme, it frequently goes, people frequently use it together with the other Rose entitled items. So this one is called Ritualistic Rose. This is the packaging, and then this is the quad. So pinky gold, very rose gold, similar to the theme of the other rose named palettes. That one back. Then there was Divine Rose 2, which is my favorite of all of them. Oh, it's a little dirty. I apologize for that. But it gets a lot of use around here because I absolutely love it. So this one I think is probably the best for my skin tone, in addition to the quad, Ritualistic Rose quad, which I can sometimes use with this one to kind of give it a little bit more shimmer, punch, whatever. But yes, this is definitely my favorite so far. And now we will get into the newest one. So this, like I said before, is the Rose Decadence mini palette. And so the packaging is different than the packaging of some of the other mini Motherships. There's no little claspy thing here. It's a magnetic cardboard box. So that's what these colors look like. And let me get the little name template out of the way. So the colors are called Champagne Rose, Peach Dusk, Fuchsia Flame, Fuchsia Flame, Fuchsia Flame, there we go, Hedonistic Rose, Scandalous, and Golden Honey. Let me attempt to do some of these eyeshadow swatches for you. So first, let me swatch them on my arm. That one was Pink Champagne, very pretty pink color. This one, and that's seems like a not quite metallic, but like a satin type shade. This next one is Peach Dusk, which is a matte shade. It feels like Fuchsia Flame. That's pretty. I ain't quite touched that one. We're gonna do it one more time. Oh, that's really pretty. It's kind of it appears to me. And, I'm not no makeup artist. I'm not excellent with colors or anything, but it seems like a really blue-based sort of fuchsia, which I really like. especially being a bright winter. All right, this one is Hedonistic Rose. There's another matte shade, and that's what that one looks like. Maybe I shouldn't look. Oh, there we go. This one is Scandalous. Ooh, that is beautiful. That is, I don't know what kind of color that is. It's like a burnt orange, copper type of color. That is gorgeous. And then, lastly, we have Golden Honey, which all of her golds are just beautiful. One of the things I realized is that even though I have a lot of her gold colors, like none of the golds are exactly the same. There might be slightly, only slight variations, but sometimes there's a different shift to it or a different undertone to the color. This one is, to me, a very sort of true gold. But anyway, so those are all 6 of the colors. Let me attempt to get them on my eyeballs for you for some eye swatches. And I'm going to attempt to do a full face of Pat McGrath products with the exception of just a couple of things. So I'm going to just start by putting on just some concealer. Now for the eyeshadow swatches, I'm not going to do a whole lot of precise placement of the makeup. It's really just so you can see what the colors look like on my skin tone. And that's really the whole point of my channel. These are not tutorials. Let me tell you that right now. If you came here looking for any kind of tutorial, I apologize. I cannot help you. That is not what this channel is about. You don't want me teaching you anything related to makeup. I am not a makeup artist. I am a luxury makeup brand enthusiast. And I just love luxury brand makeup. For me, it's about the ease of use. I love the color payoff that I get with most high-end brand makeup. And it's easy to use, easy to blend. Gets me out of the house more quickly than if I have to struggle with a different, usually lower end product. And there are some, drugstore brands that I really do enjoy, and so I'll feature those from time to time. But the other important thing is that I didn't see a whole lot of YouTube videos, channels, whatever, with high-end, brand makeup that was being tried on deeper skin tone women. So I just wanted to, since I was going to buy the stuff anyway, nothing was going to stop me, I might as well just use this opportunity to also show you guys what this stuff looks like on a deeper skin tone. Alright, so what I'm going to do is swatch each of the colors on one eye, and first I'm going to start with Pink Champagne and Hedonistic Rose. So Pink Champagne and Hedonistic Rose. Alright. Actually, I'm just going to use my finger with each of the more satin type shades to get them onto the lid quickly. And you can see that's usually how I apply these colors anyway, is with my finger, just because it's quicker. And then I'm going to use this here. What are you? My Refer 01. Same color. These are not eye looks, these are just eye swatches, so you can see what each of these colors kind of look like on my deeper skin tone. And I'm clearly not putting it on in any kind of neat way. There's color everywhere. I guess I can kind of clean it up a little bit. Just sure, whatever. Just so you can see what the color looks like on my skin tone, so I'm not going to worry too much about what it looks like. Alright, next color is the Hedonistic Rose, this one. That one is a matte shade, so I'm going to use a brush for this one. I'm going to use my Refer 02. And you can see this is like excellent color payoff with very little effort with these. So one of the great things about these smaller palettes is that it gives you a chance to try out their products without spending 120 some odd dollars on the larger palettes. These are, I think, like $60, I want to say, which is still pricey for, you know, 6 shades of makeup. However, they are really just excellently performing colors. So for me, it's worth it. It's up to you to decide what's worth it for you. All right. Oh, it's a beautiful color. Okay, so these two, the champagne something or other, pink champagne and hedonistic rose colors. All right, so far so good. I'm really impressed with these colors so far. Let me get these off. A little bit of my grapeseed oil and my face halo. This color is so pretty. I'm very impressed so far. All right. I will again, I'm actually going to skip the concealer between each swatch and just go straight to the primer for the sake of time. And since these are not like complete looks anyway, so there's not really a whole point in putting on the concealer at this point anyway. Alright, so there is primed. Cleaning off the brushes. The next two colors will be the not blind you, if I can help it. So the next two colors we're going to use the two in the middle, Peach Dusk and Scandalous, which I'm going to be excited to see what Scandalous looks like. So we will start with the Peach Dusk. Let me use, let's see, I have many brushes here and I don't want to dirty them all. Alright, this one is my Builder 3 from Sonia G. And I'll use that. I forget which eye I was doing first. I think I'm starting with this eye. Alright, and again, awesome color payoff with very minimal effort, which is great, especially for a matte shade. Which, oh yeah, this is a matte shade. Alright. And let me use a more fluffy brush to get the crease done for you guys. And again, this is not an eye look, so I'm not going to be too precise about what I'm doing, just so you can see what this color looks like on my eyeballs. Alright. And get it up a little higher so you can see a little bit more what it looks like when it blends out into the crease, which is actually a really pretty crease color. Alright, and now we're going to do the Scandalous color, which I am making sure my fingers are clean, since it is more of a, I guess it's metallic. Is it metallic? Whatever formula this is. This shimmery, metallic-y type formula I usually put on with my fingers, like I said before. The other thing I was meaning to say when I was talking about getting a chance to try these palettes at a lower price point than the large Mthrshp palettes is that you still get a couple of her different formulas, so her matte shades and then her more, I don't know, satin metallic shades. The only thing that you don't get with these is the special formulas. So those are usually the colors at the end of her palette in the large Mthrshp palettes. So for example, Alright, so these 4 colors at the end of her palettes are all like usually a special type of formula. Like really metallic, really shimmery, duochrome, that sort of thing. So there's those that you don't get. However, another great option though, if you want to try just those shades, is to get one of the quads, because the Blitz quads, I think is what they're called. Blitz Astral quads. They are only the special shades. So if you want to pick up this and this, I'm actually not sure if economically that works out. That's better than getting one of the bigger palettes, but if you have, you know, lots of mattes and other colors that you like. So I'm not sure if the math holds up, but if you wanted to try just some of her mattes and metallics, you could get one of these. If you just want to try her special shades, you can get one of these quads, or you can get these together. I'm not sure that it comes out as cheaper than buying the larger motherships, but that's an option. But those are options. All right, back to what I was doing. Got off on a little tangent there. My apologies. That is how my brain typically works. Now I'm going to do the crease with Scandalous. So I got mine Refer 15 and I cleaned it off with the color switcher. And just gonna put that up in the crease as well. I am not, like I said, I'm not a makeup artist, so I just do what I like to do. I don't know if it's incorrect to use these more metallic colors in your crease, which is not, you know, a common or traditional thing that people do. I usually see people use these on the lid and not necessarily in the crease. You use like mattes in the crease. But I am a proponent of doing whatever you like to do. I don't personally think there's any right or wrong with makeup. Do what you enjoy. Like, I wear my makeup for fun. It's for me. And that's what we have so far for that. That is an extra. Okay, I know it's not very neat. Like I said, it's not a look, so just so you can see what the colors look like on my skin tone. So here's what these 2 colors look like. Alright, so get these off. Alright, so I think we're ready for the last 2 shades, which are both metallics, so I'll be using my fingers for those. Fuchsia Flame and Golden Honey. So make sure my fingers are clean, which they are. I'm going to go with Fuchsia Flame on this eye, which again, I'm applying with my finger. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty! And I'm pretty sure that it is like a blue-based color. Blue-based, why am I not able to say that today? Blue-based color. I don't think that it's a duochrome shade, but it certainly has a duochrome. It certainly has a shift to it. Maybe it is a duochrome, but it is like sort of more blue here and more maybe peach. Or I guess fuchsia. I don't know. But it does seem like it has 2 kind of colors within it. Use this brush, so I believe it's cleanish. And this is a Sonia G Classic Crease Brush. Back in with that fuchsia color, just so you can get it up into the crease for you really quickly. This is such a great crease brush. I use them more often. And again, I'm not going to worry about exactly how neat it is, because it's just for you to see what this color looks like on my skin tone. I'm definitely going to be using this little quad often. It is like so great for my deeper skin tone. Alright, and lastly the gold color, which I will, what was it again? Golden Honey. Put that directly on. Gosh, it's so pretty. So yeah, I think this is probably my favorite of the mini motherships since Living in Rose, which I love Living in Rose also, but this one is, oh my god. Oh, so I cleaned off the brush on my towels. Hopefully that got rid of any other color, because I would really want you guys to see what these colors look like on their own without being mixed with other things for the eye swatches. And again, I've got color all over the place. I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll take it off right now anyway, just so I can get my eye look on so I can get out of here and get to work. So here are those swatches. Alright. Let me get those cleaned up and get my actual look together so I can get out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my actual look for today. Got my concealer. So like I said, I was going to try and do pretty much a full face of all Pat McGrath products. So this is my Pat McGrath concealer. I have my little mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. And the concealer shade is D29. The foundation shade I typically use, sometimes I use D32, and that's like if I've been in the sun and I'm a little bit darker than I normally am. Otherwise, I use the Deep 30. I'm gonna use the D29 concealer. I'm not a fan of the super like highlighted looks, so I don't really like go with a drastically lighter color. Just a little bit lighter because of the dark circles under my eyes to kind of brighten up that area a little bit. You know, I was gonna try and use this stuff. I bought this like the Pat McGrath little eye powder stuff, and it came like just totally destroyed. I bought it months ago and I meant to take it back and I just never did. It's the deep under eye powder. I actually don't even know like what one does with under eye powder. Like, let me use, what is this? This is actually my Cheek Pro. Let's go put a little bit under there and see if it does anything useful. Whatever. I mean, it's a very nice powder. I can tell it's really fine. I don't know what that does really. So, next I'm gonna go ahead and put on my foundation. So this is the Pat McGrath Deep 30 color. And I do have Deep 32 as well. And this is fine. I don't know if you can tell through the glass, maybe, but you can see this one's a little bit redder and this one's a little bit more golden in undertone. So the 32 is the more red of the two. Alright, so Pat McGrath foundation in Deep 30. Oh boy, okay. Let's see. And I'm just gonna, I did not put on a primer. My bad, I forgot. And I do have the Pat McGrath primer somewhere about, but I couldn't find it, so I'm gonna use my Fenty primer. I mostly use it just to, I normally put it on, of course, before my concealer and stuff, but I already put on the concealer, so we're just gonna do the best we can. I can't start over. I'm just gonna use the sponge to just get it on my face because it's very liquidy. It's probably best to use a brush, if you can find one, to blend it out with, because that way you don't lose, I don't think, as much product into the sponge won't like just soak it up. The brush will actually spread it around and not soak it up quite as much, I don't think. I could be totally wrong about that. Again, not a professional, don't know what I'm doing, but that's just the logic that seems to work best for me. And additionally, after these came out, or maybe at the same time, I forget. Pat McGrath also came out with a foundation brush, not a foundation sponge, so I assume that's because she wants you to use the brush with her foundation and not a sponge. So, seems to make sense to me. I don't know. But again, I don't think there's any right or wrong. Do what works for you. One of the great things I love about this foundation is that it really just looks like it's your skin. It's just evening out your own skin tone. It's not changing you it's not giving you this like mask effect or changing you into looking like a completely different person. It's just kind of your skin but better type of formula, which is amazing. Well, it's amazing if you have decent skin. Whenever I have breakouts and stuff, I don't use it as much because I want to cover those blemishes as much as I can, so I use something a little bit thicker like my Too Faced foundation. But on days where I'm feeling okay about my skin, then I'll use this because it's more of a, don't want to say sheer because it's not necessarily sheer. It is pretty pigmented, but it's just like it melts into your own skin. And so it's like it's just showing a better version of your own skin without changing your face's texture or anything. Alright, so that's, I think, decent. I'll just make sure I blend in the area where it meets the concealer. Alright. Oh, this brush was my Sonia Kashuk sponge. It's one of my favorite synthetic foundation brushes. And I didn't bother buying the Pat McGrath foundation brush just because I really like my Sonia Kashuk one anyway, so I just didn't see any point in getting it. And just going back in over my little hyperpigmented areas with the concealer a little bit to get those. As you all know, I'm not a brow person. I don't spend a lot of time on my brows. This is it right here. It's the Beaut Fatale Brow Fix Tint and Shaper. So I just basically, that's exactly what I'm doing. Tinting and shaping. Making sure that they're kind of, you know, just laying flat. And, oh boy, I may have been a little overzealous here with this particular dip. Did a bit much today, but that's, you know, that's alright. It's a little bit more dramatic. They're fairly even. I'm not gonna worry about them. I don't have time for my eyebrows. I just don't, like, I just don't care for that. So there's that. Alright, so let me get my eyeshadow primer on. And the eyeshadow primer that I use most often is the Fenty eyeshadow primer. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. It's like not too, I don't know, it's not like a super bright color that gives you contrast or anything. It's just kind of a nice base. It's called, the color is Invisipink. So, whatever. Alright. I do have some fallout from this. Again, I don't care about fallout, but some people do, so I just wanted to mention that I did get a pretty good amount of kickback in the pan. Alright. Let me go with, for the outer area, I'm going to start with, I'm going to try to use as many of these colors as possible for the eye look. So I'm going to go with Hedonistic Rose to begin with for the outer corners with the matte color. Again, just so you know, and I can't stress this enough, I don't want you going out here looking crazy and telling people that Dr. T told you this is how you're supposed to do your makeup. I am not a makeup artist. These are not tutorials. You're welcome to do your makeup how I do it if you wish, but I am not telling you to do it this way. Alright, so there's that. I really love this color payoff so far. I will clean up the edges later. For the main color on the lid, I think I do want to go with that fuchsia color. So I'm just going to get my finger in there, kind of put that right here. I really do like that shift that it has to it. And then I also want to use, of course, that gorgeous Scandalous color, so I'm going to put that a little bit more medially, but not necessarily inner corner, just on the, like, I'll say like half of the eye, I would say, is that fuchsia color. I'm going to put like 25% or so as the Scandalous color, just because it's so pretty. And then the most medially, I will use whatever color this was, champagne something or other, pink champagne. If I can find a brush with which to put it on, I'll use my Sonia G flat definer to put that pink champagne color. Oh, I keep forgetting y'all need to see what I'm doing, right? Well, actually you don't, because like I said, it's not a tutorial. But it would be nice for you to be able to see what I'm doing. So you can see how the colors are going on, how easily they, or not easily they go on. Alright. Now for the, it's really just for the purposes of this video, since it's like showing you what all the colors look like and how they perform. I don't typically wear all these colors together, but I want to use as much of them as possible so you can see how they all look. I'm gonna go along the bottom lash line with the peach dusk color, and this is a peach and pearl Andrea Renee brush, pencil brush, what have you. I really like that color too. I like all the colors. If you have not guessed that by now. I know I make very strange faces when I'm doing my makeup. I apologize for that. I got carried away with the metallics and got to finish the crease. But actually, I really like how this is coming out. I'm gonna use where did my classic crease go? My Sonia G classic crease. I'm gonna go more with the peach dusk, I think it was, to finish up the crease. So brighten it up a bit. I'll probably, yeah. So I really like how that's coming out, but I am gonna darken it out at the edges again and go back with the, I think it was Hedonistic Rose color. So here, got some of that going. And the Hedonistic Rose, somewhere just to get that count corner better and make sure those colors are blended properly. I like it. Clean this up. So here's the look. I'm pretty sure I used all the colors in the palette. So that's the eye look so far with all the colors in the palette. Like I said, I wanted to use all Pat McGrath products today if I could. I know I have Pat McGrath eyeliner somewhere, but I have no idea where it is. So I'm just gonna use my lip liner. That might be a terrible idea, but it is what it is. And this is just, I do have my Pat McGrath liquid eyeliner on hand, but I can't with that. Like, I can't do like those cat eye type things. I don't really use those brushes eyeliners all too often because I just don't have the time or patience or dexterity to do it. And like I said, these are not tutorials, so I'm not telling you to go do your lip liner on your eyes. I don't know if that's safe to do or not safe to do. That's just what I felt like doing. Because I really wanted a brown eyeliner and I wanted to use the Pat McGrath. So there's that. Mascara, the Pat McGrath mascara. This one is the Dark Star. Fabulous, fabulous mascara. I also have the Fetish eyes, but this one to me is a more natural look. It's not as clumpy, not as dramatic. It's just kind of, you know, showing your true eyelashes and what they look like, just making them more apparent. So as you can tell, that's basically like my kind of thing, my kind of look. I've never been like a very caked on type of makeup-y look person. I really like colorful, dramatic eye looks, but the rest of my face I want to look as natural as possible. And so that's the reason I really like these products. So there's the eyes so far, okay. And for, let me see here. Sorry, just cleaning this up a bit. I can see I put my fingerprints on my eye. Go and clean that up a little bit there. For a blush, just going to use, this is not Pat McGrath, this is a Milani Rosa blush. I don't think I have any Pat McGrath blushes per se. I don't know if she has any blushes, I don't think so. But I really like this. And this is a drugstore brand, Milani. You can also find it in Ulta. And like I said, like I don't only use high-end products, I use stuff that works. And you can see like this color is fabulous on my skin tone. And it's not taking a whole lot of effort to get it on there. It goes on, you know, really easily and it shows up well. So like I said, it's not so much about, oh, it has to be an expensive brand in order to be something that I like. It has to just work well. So I use whatever. I think I do want to use a little bit of this Rosé Latte. As you can see, I tried to stick with the rose theme, even if the product that I'm using is not Pat McGrath. So this is the Fenty Rosé Latte Cream Blush. I just like to kind of blend out whatever more impactful color I use on the cheeks. Kind of blend it out with that Rosé Latte color. Alright, so there's that. And then my highlight, I do have the Pat McGrath Trio highlighters. And these colors are great for the color scheme of this palette. So they're kind of a pinky, goldy types of colors. Let me use my Sonia G Sculpt 2. And actually I'm just going to go with the sort of pinky one on this end and the gold one and put that on there. Oh boy, I may be a little heavy-handed, but that's alright. I'll tone it down a bit. Oh boy. I guess I could have used a lighter brush, but what have you, whatever. Use one of my brushes. This is my Nochige. Kind of just lighten that up a little bit. Probably doesn't look so bad on camera, but in person I put a lot. Alright, and then lastly, I'm going to use the face powder. And I do have two colors of the powder. I don't know if you can see through the glass, but the number 4 and the number 5. The 5 is the one that I got initially because it came with the deep, I think 32 color. And then I later purchased the deep 4 because I felt like the deep 5 was a little too red to use as a setting powder. And so I actually usually just use whatever's inside of the cover, and I use that amount for my setting powder. So I got 2 of the lipstick colors. This is what the packaging looks like. Super pretty. And these are the Lip Fetish Divynl Lip Shine colors. This one is Love Interest. And this one is Electric Lotus. So they're pretty similar. This one's more pink and this one is more of a almost coral color. I'm just going to add those here so you can see what those look like. So the top one is the Electric Lotus and the bottom one is the Love Interest color. I think I'm going to end up wanting to use the Electric Lotus as my color for today. So I'm just going to put on the Love Interest for you first. You can see what that looks like. And despite these being lip balms, it looks like they're really pigmented. I guess because of the vinyl part. Very good. I'll take this off. Alright. And that was of interest. It feels really nice. That's a really great formula. And then this is the Electric Lotus. And now I kind of do wish that I had bought all the colors because these are really comfortable. Yeah, I like it. So there's that. Alright, so let me just get my setting spray and get out of here. Finally done. I hope you guys enjoyed all the swatches and the eye look that we came up with in the end, which used basically the entire palette. Final thoughts, of course. I adore it. I love this palette. I think that everybody needs it. It's just, it's a must. It's beautiful. It's, you know, travel friendly, everything. The lipsticks I really enjoy as well. So yeah, I think that these are awesome purchases. Oh, let me get my glasses on so I can see y'all. All right. So yeah, I had a great time trying out all these stuff for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. Comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. And I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.